Welcome back to my channel. You know, it's interesting. How's everybody? I got up this morning and I had a video all set in my mind. I had jotted down some notes about what I wanted to talk about. And, something that's been hanging over my head for a while now in respect to, uh, let's call it too many choices, too much to think about. Not necessarily being older, not necessarily being retired, but at the same time, I don't want to get into a huge thing about our political system, our environment, and all that kind of stuff, okay? Because this isn't the place for it. But it's pushed at us every day. Um, I love YouTube, and I can't say enough nice things about it, okay? One thing I have in common with a lot of people, be it whether they started 2 days before me or they've been at it for 20 years, is that uh, everybody collectively is so supportive. And it's amazing to me, okay? And so, that being said, I'm trying to get the glare off of the phone here. That being said, I like Facebook. I like it a lot. Okay, I don't go on Instagram. I don't do TikTok at all. I think that I'm comfortable with the accounts that I have on Facebook and the people that I interact with, which is not a lot. But I'm a car guy, older car guy, muscle car, and I tend to just stick with that. Okay, it's enough. It's so time consuming because it's so easy to get wrapped up in the news and everything like that. But you cannot go on to, let's just use Facebook. You cannot go on to Facebook right now and be assaulted. And it doesn't bother me, don't get me wrong, okay? But, we're being assaulted with every four-letter word in the world about our political system. You cannot be my age and not look at it with some interest. You cannot look at it, you cannot ignore the fact that you have to have an opinion, you have feelings, we're all human, but at the same time, it's a limiting situation in my mind because if I was younger and I wasn't a homeowner and I hadn't invested money in a property, I would probably have relocated by now. And I say that after not just weeks or months of thought about it. I've thought about it for years. And I should have acted on it sooner, but I was already into my 60s by the time I started to give it some serious thought. So anyway, that being said, I don't feel stuck, but at the same time I do. I feel that where do you go and to start over, essentially. And I again, and I apologize to anybody that might be even the slightest bit offended by this video, in the sense that I don't want to get into the whole political thing, and I'm not going to. But it goes without saying that everybody has one at this point. And something is got to happen soon. And I'll just leave it there. So, what's on your mind? How do you feel about what's happening? And again, I'm not going to turn this into a roundtable of discussion, but I find myself very limited in relationships right now, be it, I'm married, but I don't sit and have coffee with people, 2 days a week while we discuss, an affiliation or something like that. So, my my source of income, my source of information comes from Facebook, the TV, which I have tuned into, I should say tuned out of completely, any ABC, NBC, CBS. Okay, I just can't take it. I watch it for the weather, the local weather, and that's it. Excuse me. But I'm more curious about if I can use this platform to interact with some people that might have an opinion, might have something to say. I don't want, like I said, I don't want to get into a huge, mud flinging, fight or anything like that. But I'm over 70, and I think it shows. But at the same time, I still, have an opinion. I still have thoughts. I still have feelings, and I'd like to hear from anybody else that might like to express themselves. Okay, and that's all I really wanted to say this morning. The sun's coming up. I can see it, the shadow on the door behind me, and I wish you all a great weekend. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Please give me a like. Make a comment. Try to keep it positive, but if you have something that you really want to get off your chest, I'm certainly open to it, okay? Thanks again. Bye-bye.